Well, hello everybody. Thanks for joining today. My name is Hilmar and I'm joined by Johan and Anna. And today we'll be talking with you about Arkio 2.0 and Anna will be talking about how KPF is transforming design workflows with Arkio and mixed reality. So let's just give people a bit of time to join us. Let's see people joining in.
Yeah.
There we go. Hello there.
Hello. That sounds Dutch. Where are you guys from? Where are you joining in from?
So as you join, tell us in the chat where you're joining from. So it's fun to see people joining from all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
UK.
Nice. Pretty close. Really close to you, Anna. Denmark. Scandinavian.
There you go. Go Scandinavians.
Yes.
Kansas, Seattle. Excellent. We have people from all over the world joining us.
Yeah.
Anybody from Iceland? Probably not. We'll see. So myself, I'm in Iceland. Johan is in the Netherlands. Anna is in the UK. So we are joining you from across the globe as well. And again, we're going to be talking today about some really exciting things, Arkio 2.0, our biggest release yet. And Anna will be telling us how KPF is transforming design workflows with Arkio and mixed reality. So she'll have some exciting things to share. So let's just wait maybe a few more seconds for more people to join, and then we'll just get going. All right. Okay, so as I said, I am Hilmar, the CEO of Arkio, and I'm joined today by Johan, our head of product, and Anna, who's a visualization specialist at KPF. We're going to have fun today. We're going to talk a little bit about Arkio. We're going to do a live demo, which is always interesting. We'll see how that goes. Anna will be talking about how KPF is transforming design workflows with Arkio and mixed reality. And then we're going to do a Q&A at the end. So if you have any questions during the session, feel free to drop them into the chat or save them until we do the Q&A. And we'll make sure to address them. So to kick this off, I wanted to talk a little bit about Arkio. Now, our mission with Arkio is to democratize design collaboration for the built environment. And we're doing this by using spatial computing and AI. Now, why do we believe that spatial computing is important in this context? Now, the thing is that when using spatial computing, you have a much better sense of physical things around you, of 3D models, of spaces, etc. You can really feel like you are inside a space before it's even been built. And this is fundamentally different than using any flat screen design or visualization tool. It does not compare. So it's both about the experiencing of 3D models, but also of how we can make things more tangible, almost like you're working with physical scale models, even if you're working with virtual ones. Now, the key features of Arkio are collaborative sketching and ideation, that you can experience 3D models at true human scale as if they are real. You can work in real-world context using mixed reality technologies. We integrate seamlessly with the leading AEC design tools. And with Arkio, you can collaborate anywhere, basically on any device, using headsets, PCs, and mobile. The 3 use cases we focus mostly on are design ideation, whether you're sketching like some massing for a new apartment building or just an extension to your house. Design reviews, where you can collaboratively review 3D models and identify issues before they become real problems in the real world. And presentations, internal ones or with clients, when you can guide people around and show them your work. Now, the reason for why we're doing this, and the reason why we're building Arkio in the first place, is that we think it's super important that people can experience their 3D models, their buildings, before they get built. Instead of identifying things after they get built that could have been better, identifying maybe mistakes that need to be corrected after the fact, and so on. And there's no way to experience a 3D model, to experience a building before it gets built, except using VR and XR technologies. With tools like Arkio, you can also save time and money by having fewer surprises during the design phase and after it. You can make everybody a part of the discussion. Everybody can join. People do not need to spend weeks learning a new tool. It's super easy to be part of the discussion in Arkio. And what we also do in Arkio is that when you are inside the space, you can both review and ideate and make decisions while you're there together with other people. You don't need to just make notes and then go outside of Arkio and do your edits in another design tool. You can actually do some of the editing and brainstorming inside Arkio itself, which saves also time and money. Now, we're here to talk about Arkio 2.0, and Arkio 2.0 is our biggest release yet. It's got a ton of new features and capabilities, everything from generative AI rendering to collaborative frames, layers, a heavily requested feature. You can do voice dictation. We have improvements in terms of how you can browse files. We have Archicad support, issue export, and so many other things. So the best way to talk about these capabilities in 2.0 is just to dive into a live demo and show you how this works for real. So, Johan, are you ready?
Yep, let's dive in.
Okay, let's go. So I am going to share my screen. There we go. Okay. So, as always with live demos, and we say this all the time we do this, anything can go wrong and something probably will, but it's just way much fun to do this live, so that's how we roll. Now, the first thing I'm going to do here, and this is, by the way, this is the PC version of Arkio, and we'll be using the PC application for a part of the demo, viewing what Johan is doing in VR through the PC application, and then we'll switch to VR to see Johan's point of view. And it's really important to note that everything that you can do in Arkio, you can do across all of these applications. So I can be using a headset, or I can be using a PC, Mac, iPad, or phone. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to join Johan's meeting. So are you ready, Johan?
Yep.
Okay, so let me connect. And there's Johan. So Johan, where are you at?
Hello there. Yeah, welcome. So we're currently in Rotterdam. So what I did here is I loaded the map of Rotterdam and turned on the 3D buildings. This is like a feature inside Arkio, some of you might be familiar with. You can also import your own 3D models from other design tools and basically make a starting scene. So right now we have a plot over here, which we want to make a new tower design. So let me just get started with that. I'm just going to make a little volume over here, rotating it a bit, carving, open a void, and make a little inside place with it. Here we go.
So as Johan is working, I can of course navigate around the scene and look at what he's doing as he's working.
So I'm going to be using some of Arkio's new shapes. So we added some shapes in 2.0 that give you more design freedom. So let's just add maybe a cone over here and a cylinder and maybe some round object instead. What do you think of these towers?
Yeah, I think that looks a bit funky. Maybe let's make something a little bit more traditional, since we're going to do some kind of hotel building.
Okay, let's just throw all this stuff away and go for a bit more traditional approach. Just using some of the volumes.
So as Johan is working, I'm going to show you the AI rendering capabilities of Arkio. So I'm going to open my AI camera. And when I do that, I can frame the shot in any way that I want. I can turn on my AI render settings. And then you see a few options. So I can choose the render style. It can be a regular render or sketch or a model or a marker drawing. It can be an exterior or interior one. I can select the likeness if I want to create multiple random images and so on. So I'm going to type a prompt. So let's say modern hotel towers. And I'm going to frame my shot. Maybe let's try this and fire off a few AI image generations. Now, what's happening now is we're taking the prompt that I wrote, modern hotel towers, and we have an AI agent working in the background that's enhancing the prompt and coming up with a more detailed prompt, which you can now see here. And if I would like, I can then go in and edit this more detailed prompt to make it more specific to what I want to see. And then you can see in the background how the AI renders came back. So you can get these kind of beautiful AI renders from Arkio, from PC application, or even from inside VR itself. And in this case, we had the likeness to set to around 80%. The idea is not to try to create photorealistic renderings of your final scene. There are other tools to do that. We see the AI rendering capabilities more as a brainstorming and the ideation partner that you can use to kind of explore design options, materiality, and so on. Now, the interesting thing about what I have here is I can then take one of these images and using a new feature which we call frames, I can actually place it inside the scene itself to share it with other people. So let me just add this frame here. So now you can see that this render is actually inside the 3D space, and Johan can see the render that I created. And I can create multiple of these renders. I can place them anywhere I want in the scene, and they will all be shared with other people. So what do you think, Johan?
This looks pretty nice. I like the volume that's over here. Let me just sketch something on top of it. Like another thing that we added in 2.0 is the ability to transcribe notes. So let me just add a note on this and just color it red. Let's use this materiality for these towers. So I'm using my voice transcription to add the text to the note, and later this voice can also be, or these transcriptions can be exported as issues. We'll talk about a bit. I just assign myself as well to the note.
Very cool. And I can obviously just navigate around here. I can even say that, well, I don't think this is super important. So let's make it like a medium priority note. But why don't you, Johan, remove this kind of this blocky masking and place a real 3D model on the side instead?
Let's do that. Let's just throw this one away. I right now have some files prepared. Like I have an Archicad file. So this is one of the plugins we added in 2.0. This is a pretty big file. And as you can see, I can move it around using my hand. I just pick it up and move it like a physical model. And I'm aligning it to the scene and pinning it in place so it doesn't accidentally move. I can also load the models from Rhino, Rapid, SketchUp, Unity, Bin 360, and all the other plugins and file formats that we supported. This could be a good base to model on.
Very cool. So let me, for the fun of it, I'm going to jump here to the ground, maybe create an AI render from here. I'll use the same prompt as before. So I'll frame it like this and create some AI renders right here. So it's going to do the same thing. It's going to use the same prompt as before. I could have changed the prompt if I wanted to. I can also, if I see an image that I really like, I can choose to like uncheck the randomized seed button to be able to kind of create different shots from different viewpoints using the same approximate style. So these are some of the images that get created, from this viewpoint. But Johan, what are you up to over here?
So I'm adding a model that came from our SketchUp plugin, and this model shows that we now support layers. So let me just open my layers panel on my end, and I'm going to turn on only one of the options. So yeah, there's 3 options I want to show you, Hilmar, like this one,
Okay.
this one, and this one. Which one do you like most?
Let me see. I'll actually open the layers on my end as well, so I can go into the layer UI, same as Johan has. Here you can see both of the models we have. So we have the Archicad model and the SketchUp one. Maybe I will turn this one off, and yeah, let's use this one here. How about that?
It's great. Maybe you can add a note so we don't forget.
Sure. I'll add a note right here. I'll say let's use this one. I'll assign it to myself and make it low priority. Very good. So we've shown you a lot of things already. We showed you the AI renders, frames, nodes with voice dictation, priorities, and ownership. Layers have been a heavily requested feature. It really opens up the possibility for you to do all kinds of, design optioning inside Arkio. But we're going to switch to Johan's headset view. Are you ready on?
Yeah.
Okay. So go for it.
So right now we see the model in mixed reality, and mixed reality has the advantage that you can put your 3D models in any location. Right now I put it on top of my table, and if I would be in this space with a couple of other people with headsets, everyone would be able to co-locate and see that model in the same position. When I look closer at that model, I see that more detail appears, and it is our large rendering technology at work. And I can work, like basically move to any side of the model, see little small Hilmar in there already exploring the scene. If I'm together with other people and I'm co-located, if I jump inside of the model, I can also use that to be fully immersed, and everyone else in that meeting can also be gathered to me using the wristband. I can also use new presentation controls. Right now I'm the host of the meeting, I'm co-located, but we have new presentation controls now where you can turn on presentation mode. This basically mutes all the other users, makes the editors viewers in the meeting, so you can present something, and it auto gathers people as well. This is another setting on your wristband. So if I teleport somewhere and I look behind me, Hilmar actually followed me right there. I can turn the gather position also to be in the front of me. So if I go inside here, for example, in the swimming pool, wait a second, Hilmar is appearing right in front of me. If you would be having up to 24 people, you would be all around you, and you can have live like presentations through your design. If I jump back up to the large scale, the model locks in place to that table again, and Hilmar would appear right over there. Let me just go into this area over here and go into a lobby. And let's just all the way here in the lobby. I'm opening my meeting panel again and turning off the presentation mode so Hilmar can move around freely again and edit. So I'm seeing something that is not working that well here, like this reception desk that goes into the space a lot, and it needs a bit more clearance. So I'm gonna put a note on that reception, make a little note like here. I want to align it to somewhere there. And let's put that note so we don't forget. Make reception smaller. As we wait to let it transcribe, that's basically as set in here. If I teleport outside and have a look at the model here, this also shows an issue. We have like a little NIS in the building here that is not used that well. I'm going to make a screenshot of that one and put it in the scene. So I'll be using the camera mode, and I'm going to be auto-framing the pictures I'm making in the scene. And that basically means that whenever I do a snapshot, it directly puts that image in the scene for everyone to see. And me and Hilmar can then see this picture and work on it together. So if I see, for example, this little thing over here, I want to point that out to Hilmar, and we can discuss this together, again adding a note to make it more obvious that what is the actual issue. Fill in this clearance in this space. Just making some weird thing up. This one can also be assigned to someone, so we can just, after we export this out, use this in our other issue management tool. There's one more area I want to go to with Hilmar, so I'm just going to teleport there to this bit empty lobby, and we have some AI. We let AI generate some of these images already, so I'm just going to be using some of these. So I have this render that I made, which I prompted using marble and wood. It's basically this space, and I want to put it in the scene for Hilmar and me to look at. What do you think of this materialization, Hilmar?
I think it looks pretty cool, but maybe you should add like some kind of reception text over here.
I think we should, and I think we should use that material. So again, I'll add a note, use this materialization, and add a new reception desk. Just assign that one to myself. And I have an ID for this reception already, so let me just jump right here. So one of the advantages of using VR is that you understand scale and human proportions a lot better. So if I'm making a reception space in a tight place like this, I can really use the advantage of VR to make this space using Arkio's volumes. Let me just stretch this out a bit. So I'm really feeling like how this would feel to have this reception over here. And if I'm going to add a volume here in the ceiling, I can really feel the scale that it would be like to be in this reception. If I look back at my design, I can use these volumes and export them back out into Revit or Archicad. I'm going to just add another snapshot of this design. Let me just go through. Okay, I have something already. Let's just throw that one in the scene. And this then would be visible for Hilmar as well. And we can add a note.
Very good. Great, thanks, Johan. So
yep.
let's switch over to my view here again. So I will do that. Okay, so this is back to the PC client. So here you can see the frame that Johan just added. You can see the note that he created. I can go and change, obviously, all of these things as well. Now, so far we've been working together in a meeting. But one of the advantages of Arkio is that you don't have to be connected to the cloud to do any of this. So I already have on my device, I have these models, I have all of these frames and these issues. So I'm just going to disconnect from the meeting. Everything still works for me. So this means that if you do need to do any kind of a demo, whether it's with a PC or with a headset in a place where you spot the connectivity, you can still do that as long as you kind of load your models beforehand. Now, since we're here in the PC application, I wanted to show you a few things in general, what we've done in 2.0 with the non-VR applications, as we call them. So we made changes across all of the apps we have across PC, Mac, tablet, and phone. We have a new tool ribbon here at the very top. We've kind of simplified and cleaned up the look of the app. And if I go into my review UI, you can see here that I have in a single place all of my viewpoints, all of the notes that have been created, and all of the frames that have been created. I can also go into a view showing only the notes that I have, and I can start to jump through them. So here are the ones that we created before. So make the reception smaller, fill in this clearance, use this materialization, and then there's the reception. And you can see if I start to modify this, let's say I want to make this a medium priority, it changes here in the list as well. If I change the text, it changes the text as well. Anybody that joins me in the scene, whether that's in a meeting or if I share the scene with other people, they'll be able to see all of these same things. And the same goes with the frames. I can jump to the frames and I can see them in front of me. Now, there are other things that are interesting to note in this review panel if I go into my review settings. So first of all, we have a new feature in Arkio where you can go between edit and view mode. So with view mode, you can toggle that to make sure that nothing can happen to the scene itself. It basically removes the tools so you can hand your headset or your device to somebody without being at risk of them modifying the scene. Now, I can also turn on other things like shadows on and off, ambient occlusion. We had different rendering modes. What's also interesting here in this view is you can see in the statistics from the scene that this scene has 3 million triangles. Now, a device like the Quest typically should only be able to render 1 million triangles. But with Arkio, you can go up to 20 or even more, 20 million triangles. And if you have multiple models like this, 3, 4, 5, 6 million triangles, you can even combine multiple models in one single scene, and we still render it, for you. So let's actually go back to Johan briefly to see what he's up to.
Yep.
So over to you, Johan.
Okay. So I have the same overview that Hilmar just showed, and also just going through the different nodes here to just get like a sense for that we can go to these meetings together. So if you prepared something in single user, you can just do this together, or you just send someone an Arkio file. You can export your issues from this panel, which will open the new file browser of Arkio 2.0. And this file browser shows all of the models that you have available on your device locally. It shows, and currently it shows my export settings. It shows like I'm connected to the Arkio cloud. And with the Arkio cloud enabled, I can export all of my things to the cloud. The cloud is like our central hub to connect all your devices together, to get your downloads from your PC, put your uploads from the plugins on your PC to the headset. So right now I'm in this space. I'm going to be exporting this scene itself. So Hilmar is able to show this on the PC. We're not longer in the meeting, by the way, so this can be a good way to show or share things to people without having an Arkio meeting. I can also export the issues itself. This will make a screenshot of the nodes and also include the text that we put in the nodes, the priority, and all of the metadata. The file browser itself got a really big overhaul for 2.0, and now we have much more models that we can show. We show previews of the imported geometries that you have in your models, and you can switch between this row mode, which is basically the old way of going through your scenes, and the grid mode, which allows a lot of scenes. You can search files. So using that, you can go, for example, I have a school project in here. So just going to type the characters that you need, and it will filter out the models that you have in your scene. I think this is a good time to go back to you, Hilmar.
Sure. So we're going to end with showing the Arkio Cloud portal. So to access the Arkio Cloud, you can simply go to our website, arkio.is, and we have a cloud button there up in the right top right corner. So the cloud, like Johan said earlier, is a great way for you to manage your imports and exports if you, in terms of like 3D models, if you export scenes or export issues. So it's really simple to create a group, and when you have a group, you can connect all of your devices to that single group. So everything flows between these devices automatically. Now, Johan just exported the issues, so we're going to go into the issues list. And here we have the list of issues that we just created. So here are all the nodes that we added together with images. So it shows the description, the assignment, priority, and when this got created. And this I can share with anybody. So if I copy this URL, let me see, issues list. So I'm just going to paste this into the event chat. So you can even try for yourself, like open a new browser and try to open that URL, and you'll see the same issues. And the same goes for the scenes. So the scenes are here. So the Rotterdam scene itself, I can choose to share that with other people. So I can get a URL that I can send to somebody by email, or I can just use the scene sharing code. And in Arkio, I just open the start menu, select to import a scene, enter the code, and boom, I have everything on my end. So
including
previously,
the
before
imports.
2.0, including the imports.
Yeah.
Before 2.0, you really had to be in a meeting to share scenes like that with other people. Now you can do it asynchronously outside of meetings. Just email them a link. They'll get an invite code, and they can open that code in Arkio wherever they are on whatever device they are. So that's pretty much for the demo, right, Johan?
Yeah, I think so. Like you like didn't mention there with the scenes that you export, you can also make them view only. So if you want to send them to a client and you don't want them to edit your scene, and you just want them to look at your Archicad or Rhino model, that's also possible using the Arkio Cloud.
Absolutely. So if you have any questions on this, feel free to add them to the chat. But I'm really happy to introduce Anna to you. So welcome formally, Anna, to this live event. So
Thank you so
we've
much.
been working with Anna for a long time, and she is a power user of Arkio, and she's going to share with us how she's been using mixed reality at KPF to reimagine some workflows. So over to you, Anna.
Thanks. It was amazing demo. Very, very successful. Bravo, guys.
Thank you.
So hi, everyone. My name is Anna, and I would like to share a personal story with you today. Then I was studying for my master's degree. I became deeply inspired by the possibilities of extended reality. I saw how it could serve as a tool to simplify complex architectural concepts. As you know, in architecture, it's a lot of them, and transform them into visual and accessible experiences for a wider audience, like to someone who has no architectural education. This passion led me to develop my thesis project, which I called Architect, an accessible tool for democratization of architectural design, which was starting with big AR. And my project was actually featured one of the students' project in Design in 2022. And I want to
Anna, were
share.
you planning to show your slides as well, or
Yes,
did it
please.
Yeah. If you
I'll
share your
share my
screen, we
screen.
can.
All right. So the project called Architect is a multisensory game that explores the educational potential of learning games and their impact on user engagement in the co-design of homes. Architect uses augmented reality feature as a part of the game to convert play cards, as you can see on the screen. And the play cards they have on the back side, they have the Aruka codes, into 3D models in real time. And in my concept, it was meant to be design evaluation to be integrated. So by encouraging learning through play, the game offers alternative approach to design education and empowering non-experts to shape their future urban environments in micro scale. So after, let me hide this one. So after graduating, I received an offer from KPF New York. And after 1 year, I transitioned to the London office, where I moved from a designer role to a visualization specialist. I work on a variety of initiatives, including educating architects on real-time rendering software, implementing a variety of workflows, and promoting AI workflows in architectural practice. And I also conduct research in extended reality for architecture, which is my personal passion. KPF is a global architecture firm recognized for our innovative, sustainable design solution. At KPF, we believe in the power of architecture to transform cities. We do this through crafted details. We do this through attention to context. And of course, we do this through innovations. Our diverse team delivers projects that shape skylines and enrich communities spanning commercial, residential, cultural, and civic sectors. With the project One North Key, I have always been eager to find unique applications for mixed reality and collaborative features that Arkio provides. And this project, One North Key in Canary Wharf, London, became the ideal case study. The innovative design of the building itself introduces a new approach to life sciences by creating a vertical lab campus rather than typical low-rise buildings. Currently, in the construction phase, the project is expected to be completed by July 2028. The tower presented a unique challenge, as you can see, for our mixed reality case study, not only because it has impressive size, it's 136 floors or 136 meters, sorry, and 23 floors, and its prime location, but also due to the complexity of the Revit model, which requires extensive optimization to run smoothly on a mobile device, especially in the MetaQuest headset. However, the workflow with Arkio is quite straightforward. I began by identifying the best locations around the construction site to preview the model in the mixed reality, ultimately selecting two spots, DLR Poplar Station and West India Quay. Both are elevated, which required me to use the context models of the stations and surrounding buildings to accurately position the North Quay project on the site. Once the models were placed in material assigned, I exported everything to Arkio environment directly from Revit with a single click. Don't forget to preload your model onto the headset. Open it and test it how the building appears from both viewpoints in advance, just to protect yourself from going back and forth from site visits. You can use Arkio with or without Wi-Fi, as the headset will store the most recently updated model for easy access when needed. On site, you should physically position yourself in alignment with the both context model and actual environment. After launching Arkio, you adjust your location in mixed reality, apply pass-through, and align context building with their real-world twins, let's say. Once aligned, you can apply a transparent material to fully immerse yourself in the experience. While reviewing the building, you can make changes in real time, record video, or collaborate with your colleagues. For example, I tested XR Sketching Pen by Magic Ink Logitech, and it allowed me to use familiar tool to mark up the project and make a variety of adjustments from changing textures to adding new building elements. So a single model allows you to review your project from multiple viewpoints using the same workflow. You can get to the next viewpoint, like this one from West India Quay, enable pass-through, and teleport yourself correctly in the model. After align your location and apply the transparent material on context model. You cannot just see the model in the static view. You can also walk in the headset. But don't be afraid, you will not bump on the wall or you'll not hurt anyone around you. You see here, it becomes transparent once you start moving. But if you have Wi-Fi access on site, you should conduct a real-time meeting by joining from the headset. You can guide your colleagues or clients through the model experience by bringing all the users to the area of interest. Additionally, you can adjust the viewing mode, allowing participants to either edit the model or follow your lead in presentation mode. The collaborative feature is extremely valuable for us, and it enables users to participate and discuss real-time changes with actual context. It also allows people from all around the world, as Himmler just showed with Johan, connect in the immersive environment, offering an engaging alternative to traditional Zoom presentation. So I also like that in Arkio, you can access project in multiple scales. That's it for me.
Really cool.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thanks, Anna. That was amazing. It's so fascinating to see how you're using Arkio and mixed reality. It's mind-blowing. Thank you.
It's a lot of fun.
All right, so it's time for our Q&A. So we've covered a lot already. We've talked about the 2.0 release, the different features, how we can do ideation, design reviews, and presentations. Anna showed how she's applying this on actual projects out in the field. Something that shows really well the power of this technology and what it can bring to the industry. So while we kind of see if we have any questions from the people joining us, Anna, what do you feel is why is this important for architects, for designers? Why is this technology needed?
I think it, as you mentioned during your presentation, you were saying multiple times, you were saying, I feel it. I feel the architecture, I feel the environment around me. This is something very new to digital presentation in our industry, in our field. So we observe, we are very visual people, we see images, we can watch videos, but we cannot feel. And I think this additional dimension, which Arkio adds to the traditional presentation in architecture, in contemporary architecture firms, design firms, it adds a really, really big value, not just for architects who design the place and who can assess the place while just being in there and interacting with it and changing it and previewing it. So due to your addition of AI feature, it's actually has become a very interesting workflow, how you can design and model at the same time, visualize. So you don't really need to leave a virtual or mixed reality space for proceeding with architectural design. So I think it gives huge value, and especially for clients, I feel that this overlay, the idea of overlay, like we presented recently with North Key, it creates a new value for clients to assess how their design is looking in a real context. And again, to feel it. I think that it's a completely new dimension of perception for architecture. So before you can visualize it, imagine it, but now you can feel it. And mixed reality gives you this opportunity.
It really it is very different than working from flat screen devices or looking at the renders, printouts or on a screen and the like. And even if I've been in this field for a very long time, I'm always surprised when I go into a model that I haven't seen and just how I can experience it and intuitively understand it. It's just super powerful.
I think skill is very important in architecture. And like when I went to the KPF office in London, you guys also have maquettes everywhere. And I think it's an important part of the process of designing, right? Like experiencing skill even on basically as a maquette.
Correct.
So we did have a couple of questions already. So there's a question about when we export it to Revit, do the annotations stay in the file or are they only inside Arkio? So yes, as we showed, you do export these out to Arkio Cloud, so you can share them with anybody. So whether that's just like notes or if you put like the notes on our frames, like everything gets exported and you can share them, freely with whomever you want. There was also a comment about.
Because I think there is a bit of a question about Revit. Like we export all the 3D geometry, all the sketches, everything that you added in the scene to Revit, like the imported things, props. The notes are not currently transferred to Revit yet, but it is something that we have in the pipeline, something that we want to do. Same for the frames themselves. Like the frames and the notes we're seeing as our issue, like a first version of our issue system. And we're thinking of letting you export those issues to your favorite issue management platform. But like we do want to get those things into your 3D modeling tool as well. Same with our other 3D geometry to Revit.
And there was also a question about Quest 2. So Arkio does work on Quest 2. If you have problems with using Arkio on Quest 2, please reach out to us. Just drop us an email at support@arkio.is and we'll help you sort that out. So you can use Arkio on Quest 2, Quest 3, 3S. We support some Steam VR headsets. In addition to, obviously all of the, the PC, Mac, etc. Platforms. So, what do you think, Anna, is the most important feature of Arkio for you when kind of using it on site or in the office?
Oh, I was begging you for the layers for so long.
Absolutely. We should call that feature the Anna feature.
Yeah.
Layers.
Yes.
It's such a deal breaker.
Yeah,
I was so happy to see it working now.
I remember you shared some experiments with like ceilings and things. You were working with optioneering, and that this would make this a lot easier.
Oh boy, of course.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Yeah, it's a really groundbreaking thing for us because we want to see options. We want to see option after option after option, and it's important to stay at the same. Basically, what you can do now in Arkio, you can emulate the traditional way of presentation, how we do it at KPF. When we're presenting our new design, we present it in comparison. We presented one option close to another. And it allows our clients, our consultants to understand benefits of one option in comparison to another. So this was a really, really important feature to add into mixed reality presentation mode in Arkio. And I am extremely, extremely happy to see it. And now we actually can go on the side and instead just having just one North Key option. I mean, now the design is finished, the design is public, but in theory, we can preview different towers, different options of the building, and we can understand it much better in the real world scale. And again, I think I will use this word again and again. You can feel it. You literally can understand it in a different way. So this is a very groundbreaking achievement. So congratulations on doing this. I think it was really, really difficult one.
It was a tricky one for sure, but yes, it's something we're really proud of, and it's something that we definitely heard you on and other people in the community. And one thing we also did in 2.0 is we worked actually a lot on the plugins, whether using the Revit plugin or the Rhino plugin, SketchUp on our Archicad, to speed up the process of exporting a model from these tools, including the layers. Sending everything to the PC application, which does all the kind of model prep, all the crunching and everything we need to do to show this on mobile devices. And then everything gets seamlessly synced through the cloud to any device you have in the same cloud group. And this is what you're really trying to do as we continue evolving Arkio, to really make this more streamlined, more easy to use, more capable, more powerful, but still intuitive. So that's what we strive for every day, essentially. All right, so let me see. Do we know the questions? I don't think so. So I think this has been great. It's been great to have you with us, Anna. Thanks a lot for coming.
Of course.
I think what you showed is eye-opening to a lot of people or to the industry at large, essentially. And it's been great to be able to show all of you what you're doing with Arkio 2.0. We have spent a lot of time working on this. We have a lot of things that we still want to do. Like, we have by no means finished with Arkio. There is so many things that we are excited about bringing to you, and we'll actually have some news on that soon, on some exciting new things coming to Arkio. So stay tuned, and yeah, we'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.